I came to know VMTC after 1 year in full-time ministry, and in that year I managed to be burnt out absolutely, so much so that I couldn't even formulate a prayer for a funeral service at the end of the year. And friends of mine said, we want to introduce you to a new ministry that will help you. And I went to my first VMTC school and discovered that it was all the wounds, unhealed wounds and scars in my life that had caused my burnout during that first year of ministry. And the stress had activated all of those unhealed things. And so this ministry really dealt with them, not all at once, I might add, but over a course of time, so that I've had those wounds and hurts healed and can live in victory. And also, as I've gone on with the training of VMTC or Breakfree, I've found a greater degree of understanding that has gone from head knowledge down to my heart, that I have the authority that the Lord Jesus Christ has given me against the enemy. And so that when I'm ministering to other people or even ministering to myself now, I know that that authority is effective against the enemy, and I can see the results. And that's done a lot for me with my confidence in ministry.
Hi, I'm Dennis Thorne from Whangarei, and I've been really blessed by VMTC ministry. It was life-changing for me personally. There were things in my life which cluttered up my walk with Christ, and I was able to get rid of those. And through that also I came to understand what ministry was about. But more than anything, we've been really blessed by our church here in Whangarei. St Andrews has been open to the ministry, and it's been made a part of the total ministry progress in our church. And a number of people both in our church and through the Salvation Army and other churches have come, and they've been ministered to, and they've been freed from the stuff which clutters their lives. We have also had the opportunity, because we've been encouraged by our church, to develop prayer in our church itself, and also to develop prayer ministers. So we have a pool of about a dozen or 13 or 14 people here in Whangarei who are now released to minister to other people. So we have this core of people who are doing this fantastic work.
Yeah, my name's Bill Miller. I'm a retired Salvation Army officer. My wife and I have been thoroughly, delightfully enjoying Salvation Army officership for virtually 40 years. Loved it. One of the areas that I was concerned about as in my journey in Salvation Army officership is we relate to a lot of very, very damaged people, alcoholics for instance, who we introduce them to the Lord and get them going, and many a time they would fall over. And so it didn't matter how much, our success rate hasn't been good until the Recovery Church came along, and we helped them through Recovery Church. It's very, very good, lift them, and we're getting a far better success rate now. But what has enhanced our success rate, particularly in Whangarei, is that we've been able to bring them into ministry. And so they have been able, a lot of these addictive people have been able to deal to a whole lot of damage that has been in their lives, that has warped them into addictions. And they've been able, through this break-free ministry, this very organised, very, very discerning process, and I love the process, and they've been able to learn what has been their issues, have prayer for it, have a break with that bondage, and move on in the Spirit to liberty. We are seeing amazing things.
Victorious Ministry Through Christ, also known as Breakfree, is an international ministry with people from many different nations, cultures and churches. VMTC provides an in-depth prayer ministry time of several hours with trained, confidential, non-judgmental prayer ministers. At schools and training courses, people both receive ministry and have training to be prayer ministers. Prayer vigils take place and worship and fellowship are enjoyed together. The Lord wants His people to be healed and free in order to minister more effectively to others. VMTC Prayer Ministry provides an avenue for this healing and growth to take place in a Christian's life.